Hello friends and welcome back to the another live stream video. So guys, good evening first of all, and so today we are talking about a very fascinating topic. I'm glad you are here because today we are diving into a story that has been quietly growing online, turning into the speculation, then into the gossip, and eventually spreading across social media like wildfire. It's one of those modern political movements where a tiny detail gets picked up, magnified, twisted, and turned into a national conversation. And in this case, that tiny detail was a missing wedding ring. Vice President JD Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance have found themselves at the center of this online storm. But instead of frustration or anger, this response has surprised a lot of people because they are actually laughing about it. So, tonight we are breaking down exactly what happened, how the rumor started, what the vice president himself said about it, and what this whole episode reveals about the life inside the second family. So let's settle in and explore the full story behind the JD and Usha Van's reaction to the internet's obsession with their marriage. So what exactly happened? The entire saga began during what was supposed to be a completely normal public appearance. Usha Vance joined First Lady Melania Trump on a visit to a military base, and as always, cameras captured the moment from every angle. Yes, later when the photos made their way online, people noticed something small, something almost insignificant, but it was enough to set off alarm bells across social media. Usha wasn't wearing her wedding ring. For most people, that wouldn't mean much. But in the world of American politics, where public figures are constantly analyzed, judged, and speculated about, a bare ring finger became viral content. Within hours, the speculation took off. TikTok users created theories, Twitter threads stretched into the endless commentary, tabloid website ran the dramatic headlines. The Daily Mail, People, and other publications gave the story legs and pushed it into the mainstream. And suddenly, everyone had an opinion about the Vance marriages, even though no one actually knew anything. A spokesperson eventually stepped in to explain the obvious. He said, Usha is the mother of three young children. She spends half a day doing dishes, baths, household tasks, and yes, she sometimes forgets her wedding ring. But as we all know, simple explanations don't stop the viral content once it starts spreading. That's why JD Vance's recent interview with NBC News stood out. Sitting in his West Wing office, surrounded by the photos of his wife and their children, he spoke openly about the whole ring drama. And instead of the frustration, irritation, or defensiveness, he responded with humor. He said that he and Usha actually found the entire episode funny. That wasn't the topic to be noticed. According to him, they kick out of it and they don't take social media speculation too seriously. He acknowledged that the spotlight comes with sacrifices, but some also with meaningful opportunities, and that he and Yusha have learned to take in all in stride. Most importantly, he offered a simple but powerful statement. Our marriage is as strong as it's ever been. And he wasn't saying it in a real political tone. He was relaxed, casual, almost amused. He even shared a moment from just a few days earlier that perfectly captured their attitude. The couple was rushing out of their home, trying to get to the White House before Usha had to leave for another engagement with Melania Trump. As she got into the car, she suddenly realized that she had forgotten to put on her rings after taking a shower. She joked that if she didn't go back to them, social media psychos would start another wave of theories. JD laughed and told her it wasn't worth running back upstairs. Let them talk, he said. And the two of them simply moved on with their day, laughing at how predictable the internet can be. To them, the whole viral cycle wasn't a crisis, it was comedy. But JD also acknowledged the real challenges that come with the political life, especially for their children. Their 8-year-old doesn't like cameras, doesn't like attention, and prefers to stay away from the public events whenever possible. On the other hand, their 5-year-old leaves the attention and enjoys the perks of being treated specially. Then their 3-year-old, still too young to understand what's going on. These small details from JD's interview paint a surprisingly human picture of a family trying to balance public duty with the private life. And it reminds us that behind the headlines, whether serious or silly, there are real people navigating real emotions and real moments. One of the interesting part of the interview was when JD talked about Usha's new role in Washington. She's naturally a private person who rarely give interviews, but he has stepped into the spotlight through a nationwide initiative focused on childhood literacy and development. She's been traveling across the country reading with children, visiting schools, and encouraging early reading habits. JD said he loves watching her passion grow and evolve. He described it as a new adventure they are experiencing together, one that brings them closer rather than pushing them apart. His admiration for her was clear, and it added even more context to his message that their marriage is strong and thriving. So, guys, in the end, this entire story, which this internet tried to turn into drama, actually revealed the complete opposite. Instead of a tension or trouble, we saw the humor, unity, and couple who knows how to handle the chaos of political life with grace and laughter. And maybe that's the part people weren't expecting. Sometimes the loudest noise online has the least connection to reality. JD and Usa Vance aren't just unaffected by the speculation, they are genuinely amused by it. And that brings us to the end of tonight's live stream. What started as a simple missing ring became a full blown viral movement. But the truth behind it turned out to be a much more grounded, human, and even light-hearted than the internet wanted to be believed. GD and Usha Vance aren't sitting at home worried about rumors. They are laughing at them, raising their kids, doing their jobs, and taking the chapter of one life day at a time. So, guys, if you enjoyed this deep dive, story driven breakdown, and behind the scenes perspective, make sure you hit the like, share the stream, and subscribe for more real conversations beyond the headlines. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, and I will see you guys in the upcoming stream. Thank you.